And as Republicans look for votes, the man whose job they are eyeing is finishing a 3-day bus tour today in Virginia.
President Obama has been trying to build support for his jobs bill, which failed in the Senate last week. You know, on Tuesday, the president vowed to keep fighting for parts of his plan.
I'm everybody's president. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. This is not the Republican Jobs Act. This is not called the Democratic Jobs Act. This is the American Jobs Act. And everybody will be better off if we pass it.
And joining us now this morning is the president's chief campaign strategist, David Axelrod. David, good morning.
Good to be with you guys.
What did you think of the debate last night? Let's start with that.
It was interesting. It was interesting. Look, if you were an American who is worried about jobs or how we restore security for the middle class, there wasn't much in it for you. Herman Cain wants to raise taxes on 85% of Americans. Rick Perry thinks we can drill to prosperity, and Mitt Romney thinks we need more and faster foreclosures. But there was one revealing moment in there when they were having that exchange that you saw on immigration, and Mitt Romney finally conceded, yes, I had illegals working on my property and from a lawn service. He said, I went to the lawn service and said, for Pete's sake, I can't have illegals. I'm running for office. And not it was wrong, not it was illegal, but I'm running for office. I thought that was the most unintentionally revealing moment of the debate.
You've had some of your strongest words for Romney. Is he still your primary focus right now?
Well, I mean, I don't know who the candidate's going to be. He's been bumping along at like a quarter of the vote in the Republican primary. There seems to be a resistance to him. And I think there is a resistance to him for just the reason I said. I think there's a sense that there is no core to him. He said last night that his program, we modeled our health care program largely on what he did in Massachusetts. Now he says, I never intended it to be a model for the nation. In 2007, he said, this will be a model for the nation. And time again, Governor Romney switches from one position to another, apparently because he's running for office.
Let's talk about running for office when it comes to the president. A lot of criticism over this bus tour. You know, is it campaigning? Is it not? Regardless of what it is, he says he's out there speaking to the American people because he doesn't feel he can get Washington to listen to him. He said last night he doesn't feel there's a sense in Washington that they're moving with the urgency required. So what is the president doing then to speak directly, especially to Republican lawmakers, to help pass these individual now parts of his jobs plan? Because he has to go back to them at some point.
Erica, 63% of the American people support the American Jobs Act. They want action now to put people back to work, and they think that the proposals the president has put forward will work. What he wants to do is enlist the American people to talk to their lawmakers, to talk to the folks on Capitol Hill, and tell them to act.
But do you see that happening? Because obviously the American people aren't casting the votes in this case. They've already cast them for the people who are supposed to.
But they're going to cast them again, and believe me, the people on Capitol Hill are aware of that fact. I think you're going to see action on pieces of this bill moving forward, and it is important. If it's an inside game, we will never make progress. We have to do this together. The president, the American people, putting pressure on Congress, on those Republicans in Congress who have been no to everything the president's proposed, to say let's move together to start solving problems instead of scoring political points.
You say you're enlisting the American people, but you're also doing it in swing states. How concerned are you right now about some of those states that went your way last time around? Well,
look, I think it's going to be a close election, and anybody who says otherwise is not telling you the truth. We had the wind at our back the last time, and 47% of the American people voted the other way. This is a closely divided country. We're in a tough economy, but I am very confident that we're going to win because the president has a vision about how we get people back to work, but also how we restore the security that the middle class has lost in this country for a long period of time. And as I said, you watched that Republican debate last night, there's not a whole lot that would give you hope if you're a middle-class person in this country that they get it, that they understand what's going on in the lives of the American people.
Some criticism, too, that the hope that they may have had when President Obama came into office, which he ran on, a lot of people have lost, so that they're looking at from both sides this morning. Nice to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you. Good to be with you guys. Thanks for having me.